Hey guys, all right, we're on habit 3. This is a 5-part series. This is the third habit that I think would really benefit you if you take some time and really try to master this habit, right? This one is the creating a manifestation ritual. And I'm going to break down a whole bunch of things that are attached to that. I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but if I told you we're all amazing manifestors. Our whole life is a manifestation. So your tomorrow's already being manifested as we speak, right? One little tip is new research is showing that about 6,200 thoughts a day is about what we have per day. So they suggest that about 5,500-ish of those 6,200 thoughts are unconscious. So you're going through your day and you're doing your thing and you get home at the end of the day, right? You're only really remembering about 5% of your day, of the things that you are really intentionally in the present moment. So I don't want you to just skip by this video because you feel like this is a painful thing or something that you're not going to ever be able to master, right? If we're focused on your perception of where you are right now, it might seem hard, or you've been trying it and nothing's happening. Everything's happening because the new day isn't just a random day. Things that happen within that day, you are manifesting the day before, the week before, the month before. So if you can really grasp that and understand that, it'll really help you understand what we want to do now is become intentional and manifest the things we want, not the things that we don't want. If we spend most of our time worrying and thinking about things that we don't want or outcomes that we don't want, we're going to continually be manifesting more things that are like energy. You have to become intentional, set intentions, and take the time to really create a ritual around what you really want to create. And it really does start with clarity. Everything starts with clarity, right? We're unaware of most things. We're trying to gain an understanding through expanding our awareness. Everything that we're doing. When we're learning how to drive, or when you were learning how to cook, or when you're learning how to cut the lawn, right? The first time you're unaware how to do it, you've never done it. Right? And you're using repetition through doing it over and over and over and expanding your awareness and becoming aware every time you do it more, how to do it better, faster, better, strong, you get the point, right? It's really important to build a vision. And if you're anything like me, it's not very easy to visualize in the beginning, and we're going to get into visualizing a little further down, but I just want to kind of give you a little understanding. It's super powerful, but it's okay if you're not good at it. It's like going to the gym. It's like anything, right? You got to use repetition to become better at it. When you started your job, you weren't very good. Now you're probably a professional at your job, right? The same kind of thing is true. So if you really don't want to change, right, when you're getting crystal clear on something and you're really hyper focused on what you really want, you really have to want that more than anything else. If I want $1 million, but my beliefs and the way I feel, I would rather be in really good shape, it's going to be hard to manifest $1 million because I'm unconsciously thinking about wanting to be in shape. Hopefully that makes sense. You can't be sending energy in multiple directions throughout the day. It has to be hyper focused on one thing. So, getting crystal clear, I know that sounds cliche, and everyone wants to step over that step, but I promise you, if you go and study anyone of any success in your mind, they've all tried to do all this stuff before personal development. And they've all had failures, right? It's when they realize they need to change. They can't become who they want to be as the person they are. It's impossible. This has been proven. This isn't woo-woo. This is all scientific, right? The reason your thoughts, majority of them, are unconscious because you've thought about them so many times. plain and simple, just like a habit, right? A habit becomes a habit at a certain extended period of time because your brain says we're giving too much energy to this, and he does it all the time. Send it in authenticity and make it an automatic habit. He will never have to spend another waking moment thinking about that. He will automatically do that. The same thing is true with your thoughts, right? If you're trying to eat healthy, but you're only really doing it 5% of the day, it's really hard to eat healthy. It's when you change the belief that you don't want to eat healthy, you are healthy, that things start to change. I hope that helped you out a little bit. So, right, we really want our thoughts and our energy to align, to be hyper-focused, like the ball of a pencil, right? Super sharp, focused in on that. Right, so when you're taking your time and you're in the present moment and you're really thinking about manifesting, you don't have to close your eyes and do a whole bunch of things. You really want to feel the way you would feel if that were true. And as in the present moment. Not a future thing, not something you're working towards, has already happened. Right? It's super simple. It's not easy, but once you start doing that and start understanding that, right, your beliefs start to shift. Your life follows your beliefs. The next thing I really want to talk about is the 5-minute rule. And I would really ask that you spend 5 minutes a day visualizing. Now, if you're anything like me, visualizing isn't very easy. The only thing I'm good at visualizing is all the things I don't want. And that's what most people are really good at, visualizing a crystal clear picture of the things they don't want, the outcomes they don't want, right? So in the beginning, you need to take some time and really keep trying to focus on that thing you really want. Your mind wanders, bring it back. It's unclear, it's not a very clear picture, just keep doing it, right? What I found super beneficial is to write and to speak. It was way easier for me to get a good feeling attached to the outcome that I wanted. So I would do a lot of writing and speaking, whether that be affirmations, whether I'm writing an affirmation or I'm writing about the thing that I want, or I'm speaking a positive affirmation towards the thing that I want. Or I spent a lot more time in the beginning doing that than actually visualizing. I wouldn't commit enough to get good at it in the beginning. So if that's something you feel like you align with, then try these other techniques, right? The 5-minute rule is extremely cool, and it doesn't have to be 5 minutes. It can be 1 minute or 2 minutes, but you just want to start the act, right? It's way easier to start something if you tell yourself it's a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Then I got to do this 25-minute meditation or this 25-minute visualization or this 25-minute affirmation or whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? In 99% of the time, once you start, you'll go longer than 5 minutes, right? It's a simple little easy hack. Some of the things you could, if you are good at visualizing, some of the things that I recommend is, right, your dream life. In that vision, who's with you? What are you doing? And really try to feel how you would feel if that were true. And feel it like it is true. Whether that's you're on a yacht or you're at a golf course you never thought you'd get to golf, or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, really put yourself in there and see yourself first person. Don't see yourself third person. Don't see yourself, your eyes looking at yourself. You want to see the surrounding area from your eyes, right? You're not watching a movie like you're in the audience. You're in the movie. You would be looking at the audience or the surroundings, right? Very important. Really, Neville Goddard said it the best, that feeling is the secret. I honestly agree 1,000% with him. Feeling is extremely important. Everything we do has a feeling attached to it, and that's kind of what ranks it in order as the importance in our life. That's what creates our beliefs. That's what creates our habits, right? How do we feel, right? You can never outpicture your beliefs. So you're going to have to change some beliefs if you want to become a different person, right? And I've gone over some of this in other videos, and I'll keep going over this stuff because to me, I don't care how many clicks I get. I just want 1 or 2 of you to grasp what I'm saying, because when you have the aha moment, your life will change. I don't have to sit here and I don't care if you believe me or not. I know for a fact my life's completely different. So the way I write down affirmations and my mentor taught me is, I am so happy and grateful now that whatever. I'm so happy and grateful now that large sums of money flow to me quickly and easily through multiple sources on a continuous basis in the best interest of all that I get to keep, save, spend, invest, and donate. I mean, I've said that thing so many times, and it's true. Money is constantly flowing to me. It's the most, seems like magic. I promise you. But you gotta get enough reps in. You have to become a rep master. You have to say it over and over and over. It's working on you to rid you of all of your negative beliefs and all of your bad attitudes, right? And some people that could take 5 years. Some people could take a week. It just depends on how serious you are, right? A lot of people that want to get to better their lives or become a manifester with intention haven't been through adversity. They're not sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? So they spend all of this time never fully engaged in wanting a different outcome. So bad they can taste it. Some of us have been through the worst things in the world. It's really easy. We're motivated. We want change regardless. And we're willing to put the work in. We don't care how long it takes. How many times I have to say it. How many days I have to get up and act like I'm someone I'm not until I become that person. I'm willing to do it. Whether that's a year, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep doing this, right? It's called a committed decision. There's no exit strategy. What's really wonderful is that in the last video on gratitude, I'm really hoping if you did some of those exercises, you've quieted your mind down. It's really hard to do any of this work if you're still chaotic. If you have no control and you're like in an animalistic state and you can't sit still for 2 minutes and you're extremely addicted to TikTok and swiping and you need bombardment with everything that's going on in the world, you got a lot of work to do. But if you can't put your phone in your room and sit down and visualize for 5 minutes or write out affirmations for 5 minutes or take 5 minutes for your own self without any interruptions, right? You got a lot more work that you need to do, right? You need to be able to settle yourself down. You can use breathing techniques. There's all kinds of things you can do to really calm yourself down, right? Get yourself out of a negative state into a positive state. It's extremely important that we try to stay in a positive state all day long. And I know people are like, oh, why are you so positive? Because my life's better. The more positive I am, the more things happen to me. The more synchronicities I see, the more I understand myself, the more in tune I am with the universe or God or Buddha or Krishna or whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. There's more to life than just me and you, right? There's so much stuff. I really just want to touch on the main things that I think, because I know a lot of you are super busy. We have lives, I get it. We don't have all day to sit around and do practice all of these principles. I understand. So a really good thing, you want to chunk everything down to the minute. The biggest thing I see people struggle with, and it's the easiest thing to fix, is they hyper focus on the finish line. Please listen. You're never getting to the finish line if you don't start. It's way more valuable to spend a minute every day starting the process and then putting the book down or whatever and being done for the day. That 1 minute you spent every day for 90 days jumpstarts the habit. Hyper focus on the start. Whatever you have to do to trick yourself to get started every day with consistency. Quit looking at the finish line. It's okay to glance over there. It's okay to think about it before you go to bed, how amazing it's going to be, but you have to get started, right? If you want to read and become a reader, if that's your goal, put a book on your pillow, put a book on your nightstand, put a book where you know you're going to be at a certain time of the day where it's really easy to go, oh, hey, my book, and I'm going to read a page. And it's way easier to open the book and read one page and close it for 90 days than it is to try to say, I'm going to read for an hour a day, or I'm going to read for 25 minutes a day. That's daunting. It's not going to feel, your paradigm is going to be screaming at you because you're not in the program. So chunk these things down, make them super simple. Help yourself, right? If you struggle with eating sweets, put them somewhere where you can't get to them easily, right? Have an accountability partner. Figure whatever it is that you're really trying to hyper focus on, and whether you're trying to become someone or attract something or create something, whatever it is, set yourself up for success, right? Start small, super small. Hyper focus on the starting line, not the finish line. Just that one little tweak is really all you really need. Key takeaways, just to kind of recap in a different kind of a way. It's really hard to start anything, right, if you haven't settled your mind down, right? We kind of went over that a little bit, but there's so much truth into that. And if you are amazing at manifesting, you manifest every day, all day. Manifestation is, a lot of people think it's new. It's not. It's been around since we've been around. And a lot of people only think, when they think of manifesting, they think of only the things they want. Now, it's great to get to where you're manifesting the things you want, but you're manifesting everything in your life right now, and sometimes that's too hard for people to swallow. No money in your bank account, you manifested that. Not in a good relationship, you manifested that, right? If you can't accept that and really look at that, and that's all just through your thoughts. You're pondering all day long. If you're pondering about not having enough money, if you're pondering that your significant other is mean or rude or whatever, you're gonna keep attracting all of that back to you. I promise you. Change your thinking. I promise you, you will start to see synchronicities and things will change extremely quickly. 5-minute rule, it can be less. I suggest 5 minutes, and you will always go longer, almost always, right? But if you need to start with a minute, start with a minute. Super simple. And find what works for you. You don't have to, in the beginning, I tried to do exactly what my mentors were telling me to do, the same way they were saying to do it, the same way they were doing it. And I had to kind of craft my own plan because I wasn't good at visualizing and I didn't want to take the time to do it. So I found other things that helped me get to where I wanted to go, right? I would still visualize, but I compounded the visualizations with positive affirmations and journaling, right? I write every day. I just love writing. I am a writer, right? I used to not like to write and I could hardly spell. It's amazing how much I love writing, and I can spell so much better now. It's just from repetition, right? Well, let's see here. Right, when you shift your beliefs, your life follows that shift. So if you're shifting your beliefs to more negative, your life's going to get more negative. If you shift your beliefs to positive, your life will get more positive. I know that sounds too simple to be true, and until you understand that's truth. That's not his truth, her truth. That is the truth. Right? Please focus on the starting line, not the finish line. Just even if that's the only thing you took from me from this video, please start with that. And last but not least, right, 6,200 thoughts a day. 5,500 of them ish are unconscious, right? We want to make our life. We want the 5,500 thoughts we have a day unconsciously to match the life we want. Then we will be wandering. We won't be wandering through life. We will be creating and generating a life unconsciously that we want. You don't have to. All of this comes naturally once you change all of your thoughts and your beliefs. Right now it feels awkward because you're not used to doing it, and it's different, and it's going against your paradigm. You're not going to be feeling good about doing these exercises. Your body's going to want you to sit down and do whatever it is you'd normally be doing right now at this very moment. Whether that's sitting down and watching TV or whatever it is that you're usually doing at this time, that's what your program wants you to be doing. It does not like change. Our brains are designed for two things: keep us alive and keep us away from pain, right? The pain, that's getting hurt, that's failure, that's ridicule, that's all the things that we don't want, but we need to grow. People that inch through life and try to be unscathed, they have a very hard time growing, right? So just remember, failure is growth, right? And that expectation is your superpower. When you get so hyper-focused in your beliefs and you expect to win, you start winning. Please. Thanks, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. This is part 3. I got 2 more parts coming out. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.